Keep talking. Just watch what
I
you
tell
say.
you, I wonder if Barkley is going to be lurking tonight.
Did he order the Power 1000? DeMarco, you ordered it, right?
I did. In fact, I ordered after Johnny though, but I got mine Friday.
Oh, okay.
We can't talk about Barkley no more. He's actually in the chat.
Is he actually here tonight?
Yeah. Hey, Barkley.
DeMarco, do you want to do the official sound check?
No, that's Marcus's job.
Marcus, you gonna do the sound check tonight?
Marcus's intro.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Yes.
Checkmate King 2. This is White Rook over.
We got you loud and clear here at the Radio 1 DroneNation here. We're getting ready to go. So is everybody ready? We're about to hit the 9 o'clock hour here. So we're going to count in. We got a lot of people in chat tonight. We're going to count in 3, 2, 1. And welcome into DroneNation for December 2nd, 2024. This is our Cyber Special Edition Cyber Monday show where we will save you folks, probably hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars. And this, of course, is our first show in December. You know what December means. Holidays are coming up soon, and there's going to be drones under the tree, and it's a great time of year. So you see down below, we got our special guest star, Captain Ray Kelly, coming to us from all the way from sunny Florida.
Yep. Getting settled in down here, but I'm glad to be down here.
Boy, Captain Ray, I've been doing nothing but making reservations today at Jupiter and getting a car all set up. I'm going to fly into West Palm, I think.
Okay,
that's the way to do it.
That's the best airport to fly into. Yeah.
That's the way to do it, Marcus. So let's go right to let's get this out right of the way because the game's already started. This is our Fearless Monday Night Football forecast. And DeMarco heads this part of the show here because he nails these games here. We have the Cleveland Browns with a record of 3-8 versus the Denver Broncos with a record of 7-5. The Broncos are giving away 6.5 points in this game. What do we think about this game, DeMarco?
You know what? I wanted to pick the Broncos, but Jameis, my fellow Florida State grad, is playing over there for the Browns. So
yes, he is.
So I'm going with the Browns for the win tonight. Ron?
And of course, they did upset Bill the Drone Reviewer's Pittsburgh Steelers the other week on the Thursday night game.
Oh.
The Browns. Yeah. Listen, folks, we're not going to talk about football much, but we do have, while we got DeMarco, we do have to ask him an important question. DeMarco, this is important. DeMarco will explain why the Bears didn't call a timeout at the end of the Thanksgiving Day game against the Lions.
They should fire that coach, Ron. They should fire him.
There's 45 seconds or better left in the game. The Bears were kind of in field goal position to tie the game against the Lions because the Bears did make a furious comeback. They were down like 21-0 or something at halftime. They came back, got the game real close. But why did that coach not call the timeout, DeMarco?
I don't know. He didn't call Marcus and ask him.
You know what? That was on TV on Thanksgiving, and I was watching it with my relatives. And even I'm not a football guy, as you guys know. I'm not a professional. I don't watch football. Even I was standing up, screaming at the TV, "Go timeout!"
Yeah. Well, what made that game hard is my wife is a Lions fan, though. So all the kids are Lions fans too.
So Lions are hot. They are hot this year. They are really doing well.
I'm standing up screaming to call a timeout. And she's saying, no. She's saying, no.
DeMarco, there's even a rumor going around that when they fire, I can't say that coach's name. Is it Matt Eberflus
or something like that?
Eberflus. They said it's a rumor that when he got fired in his severance package, he was allowed to keep that time out.
Yeah. Put it in part of his severance.
I mean, it really was bad. The whole country. Could you imagine owning a team? The whole country's watching that game, and they can't even throw a timeout thing. They can't even go like this.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I don't know, Ron. Maybe I don't know. He flies
Rigged.
a Hudson.
It was rigged. It's obvious.
and the funny thing is, they promoted the offensive coordinator, the head coach. Well, should the offensive coordinator been telling the coach, call the timeout, coach?
He probably was. Hey, man, call a timeout. Hey, call a timeout. Anyways,
enough football.
Let's talk about drones. Yeah,
enough football there. Well, maybe we'll get Matt Eberflus on the show sometime, and he can explain.
Sure.
He's not very busy these days.
Yeah.
But okay, let's get right into some drone talk here. You see, folks, you see it on the screen here. This is the DJI RC track, and according to our good friend Jasper Ellens, who posted this little image here, the FCC registration is coming today, and I think he meant today, Monday. He said you can't see the label yet, but it is coming. So if that is true, will we see this thing before Christmas? Marcus?
I have no clue. I'd be great though. When it shows up, I'll definitely be a buyer.
Is it a price point that you won't go over for it?
Nope.
Come on, Marcus.
$1,000, I'll buy it.
Okay. DeMarco, what's your opinions on this RC track, and would you be buying something like this?
I mean, so like that's a beacon.
Yes. I guess beacon's they probably can't say beacon because that's Skydio, so it's RC track.
Yeah. So is there any word, like rumor about like what it works with?
Well, the nice thing you can see there, like not only does it have buttons on that pad there at the middle there, but look on the side, there's also more buttons. So I believe you're going to be able to fly this drone completely with this beacon. I don't mean like cinematically flying like a controller, but I think you could walk out, not only have this tracking, but you maybe have the same functionality you may have in the phone app.
No, but like, will it work with the Air 3 only? You know, just the newest drones is going to work with the. How the heck
would we know, DeMarco? I mean,
anything. But like, is there anything? Any rumors? Anything? I haven't heard anything about it. So
I mean, the only thing we can say is these rumors appeared alongside the Air 3S. So my guess is it worked with the Air 3S.
Oh, okay.
Beyond that,
no other drones. It's not going to work with no other drones.
Captain Ray could be right about that.
Nobody knows, Captain Ray. I can't believe that they would only make it functional for one product. That makes no sense to me. However, the one thing that I think is valid is the fact that the Air 3S has LiDAR. Some of the other drones don't. Would that concern them enough that they would only make it work with drones with LiDAR? Say the new Mavic 4, possibly. Who knows?
Right.
Is this something you would consider picking up, this RC track?
No. I don't have any interest in that. No. I enjoy just going out and doing my leisurely cinematic style flying, nice and slow, and I don't do any tricks, nothing fancy. So no.
I got you. You like to fly a drone yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got
for me, Ron. I mean, for that, if it worked with the Mavic 3, $199.
Yeah, that's about I don't do much tracking work, so it's hard for me to pay for $199 for something I'm really not going to use much.
The humble little DJI Neo has taught me the value of not having to carry around a big remote in certain situations. Not all the time, in certain situations. And if this will allow us to do that similar with other DJI products, I think there's value there.
Marcus makes a good point.
Right.
I mean, even though all our current drones can track us, but if you're tracking yourself, it doesn't look very much like a movie or video if you're standing there holding this controller in your hand. Mm-hmm. Or a device like this where you could put in the palm of your hand, put in your pocket, you could walk along and the drone would actually track you in a way that, again, not everybody's making a drone review video. What if you're making a video that's got nothing to do with drones, but here you are with this controller in your hand? It looks like, it looks like a drone video when you're not trying to make a drone video.
Exactly right.
So, which is what the Neo allows you to do already.
Exactly right.
So, yeah, I mean, if it's just getting the approval today, I mean, there's no set date on this.
Are you going to get it
A
run?
week, 2 weeks, but this could possibly be this could possibly be pushed back until next year.
Will you be getting it run?
Come out next week. Who knows? Greg,
Will you be getting it run?
Only if it's Of course, I had the Air 3S, so it'll work with the newest drone. Only if it's like DeMarco said. Only if it's $199 or less.
Right.
And even then, that may be slow on the trigger. $99. I'll hit that buy button faster than Marcus Crawford.
Oh yeah.
So
and
that's a nice.
He's hard to beat though. Marcus is hard to beat.
Well, I'll get up and practice. I'll get practice at hitting that button. I'll get my practice in.
The other thing is, flying the Skydio 2 using the beacon with that. I've seen the value of it. You can fly that drone with the beacon, the Skydio 2. You can literally point it at the drone, hold the button down, and move the drone wherever you want in space. You can, with the plus and minus buttons, you can bring it in, send it further out. You can move it from side to side with buttons on the controller. So it's not as precise as having a physical controller. However, it does work, and again, in certain situations, it's pretty handy.
Do you feel confident using it that way, though, Marcus?
I can say that well, here's what I'll say, Captain Ray. With the Skydio 2 and with the Neo, just using my phone in the same way, completely comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident too in a Neo flying by itself. I'm confident with it flying with the phone. And we have a Neo story come up later on. I don't want to skip to it right now. Chris Waters and Kelly did a little interesting Neo video we'll get to later in the show. But so if you're waiting for this RSU track, I don't know if it'll be out by Christmas, but you won't have to wait too much longer. So let's go to the hot story of the weekend here.
Another drone. Can you imagine another drone?
I know, right? Well, here, this is from our buddy Jasper Ellens over to Twitter's the DJI Flip Drone Breaking. Thanks to my friend YueYue. I'm sorry if that's not how you say it. This is the world's first view of the DJI Flip. The Flip will be the next generation foldable DJI drone video. If you were waiting for the Mini 5, this is it. We'll have 04 technology, probably LiDAR. Prop guards are like FPV, carbon fiber. He cheers Jasper. So, and I have another little. Let's see. Let me go back to the thing here and show the other one here. There it is. There's like a little video almost of it moving around. So I'll go to Ray first on this. I mean, not only another drone, Ray, but another drone kind of like the Neo.
I know. And again, depending on the price point, this could be a good little drone. I would have to seriously consider getting this.
I mean, you see the way it folds up here. It resembles more the Hover X1 than it does the Neo. By the way, it kind of, I mean, Marcus thought about putting a Neo in his pocket. Well, he had a big pocket. Like the Hover thing, you don't need a big man-sized pocket for that. But this, I mean, this can't be another $199 drone if it has this 04 and LiDAR and all this stuff. So maybe this is a kind of like a Neo Pro. Well, now I do have to mention I posted this in DroneNation, Ray, and Lauren already put back that was it wasn't true about it getting the the FCC approval. So
okay.
So keep this with a grain of salt here. But I think Igor posted same leaks about this, but Jasper and Igor may get their sources from the same place. Marcus, I'll go to you. We saw a little bit this back in the summer, like kind of this design or whatever, even before we saw the Neo. Do you think this is for real?
Yeah, well, how can you say? However, I do like the way it folds, and I would call it. I honestly do not believe that it's like the Mini 4 replacement, the Mini 5 or whatever. I think it's kind of like a Neo Pro. I suspect is what they're going after. I'm willing to bet it has, because it looks like it might have a gimbal on it, so a little bit better camera, etc. But the way it folds is remarkable. That to me looks like it has some value there. That it truly is something you could carry in your pocket and use it where you need to. The weak point of the Neo, of course, is that the camera quality isn't what we would probably like it to be, and that's because it's electronic image stabilization, etc. And it's a tiny little sensor to begin with, and then with EIS, it's trying to move that image around on that little bitty sensor. So this, if it has a gimbal, makes a little bit more sense.
And that LiDAR technology, it could be interesting too, Marcus.
Right. And if it's portable, that like they're showing here, that'd be a handy thing to have.
Where do you think it fits in the line, say, between the Neo and the Mini drones?
Hmm.
I think it's a Neo Pro, essentially. That's what I'm saying.
You got a good point, Marcus. Definitely.
It's an upgraded
point there.
Yeah.
DeMarco, your thoughts on the little DJI Flip?
Yeah. When you posted that, I thought it was a fake image, and now it looks a little bit more real with the video and all. But
yeah,
I mean, in my opinion, another Mini, Marcus, like you were saying, it's more of a Mini. I mean, a Neo, but I don't know. I mean, where are the back feet for it to land too?
Yeah, I think that's the point. I think it's for hand launching, hand landing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a pocket drone, no question.
Is DJI moving? You think this will be a 250 gram or under?
I suspect it would be, Ron. I can't imagine it would be more than 250 grams. Could this be like DJI's version of a
Hover One Pro?
Well, no, the little FPV drones that have a camera on them. Got to lose with the term.
Cinewoop?
Yeah, Cinewoop. Could this be their version of a Cinewoop?
Yeah. Or do you think DJI is moving towards this? Is how they're going to combat sort of the drone ban, that they're going to go to these little like a smaller 250 grand type of drones that kind of don't really scare anybody.
I think they're just trying to sell whatever they can sell, to be honest with you. And if there truly is a DJI drone ban, it won't matter what size it is. But I think they're going after. They listen. What they do, they identify a market and a niche, and they go after it. And I'm quite sure that that's what this is. So if it's a Cinewoop, maybe it works with those new goggles, 3M or whatever they are, the new goggles and so forth. Just a guess.
Yeah.
Plus, they're calling it the Flip makes me think it's, might be an acrobatic drone.
Yeah. Different. No, Marcus, like it sort of reminds me of not the Tello, but like what they did with the Tello. They came out with that Tello and never did anything else with it. So maybe this is one of those shots. This hey, let's sell this 100,000 copies of this, and then it's.
And I'm just wondering how popular that Hoover Air is. Is that a popular drone? I don't think it is, to be honest.
I struggle, Captain Ray. I agree with you. I just can't imagine it's that terribly,
Here's this picture that we saw, I'm going to say back in the summer. Before we even had the Neo.
It's real. I suspect it's a real deal. Unlike, Lauren, obviously he's got a finger on the pulse more than we do, but
Johnny has a good comment up there, and he could be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this, right off the top, I mean, this is something that, I don't know. I think I need it, whatever. Of course, a lot of the people in the comments, on Igor's comments or Jasper's comments were like, here, everybody wants the Mavic 4, and they keep releasing these drones that people aren't asking for.
Yeah. Hey, you notice how Johnny always goes for the cheap laugh? I love you, Johnny. Look, I got my drones and coffee shirt on.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say. This we're not saying this is true or these are real or when it's coming out or whatever. This is just what Jasper and Igor have been leaking this weekend.
So Richard is saying for flying over people, which totally makes sense, Richard. I agree with you. Why would they put those big cages on there? Yeah, so it's probably is sub 250 so that it's legal to fly.
And of course, it's got to be way sub 50 because that means you have to have a. The only way you can fly over people is with a Part 107, and a Part 107 means you need a remote ID module. So it has to be light enough that it'll take the remote ID module, won't put it over the 250.
Yeah,
that's
a good point, Ron. It's a great
in
point.
other countries, this doesn't make any difference, but in our country, the fly over people, you have to be a remote 1.0 pilot, which means you need you need to have the remote ID module or somehow transmitting remote ID. So the flyer people in this country, you still have to jump through a few hoops.
Yep.
So,
I think you're right, Marcus. I think it's the Neo Pro though, especially with the better gimbal on the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is that picture in black and white? What the heck?
Well, all the spy cameras are always in black and white.
Yeah, they didn't make color cameras back when the spy people started.
Yeah.
Even James Bond didn't have a color camera.
Yeah.
At least not in the early pictures.
Right. Well.
So he had spy pen. He got a spy pen out there. So another comment by Jasper. He said, "At this point, I don't even understand DJI anymore. The DJI Flip looks like a Frankenstein Mini 2, purely designed to be a 30-minute flight 4K micro drone that may or may not flip or fold in two like the hover air. What do you guys think?" So he's thinking that one of the big downfalls of the Neo is the short flight times. So he's saying this could be a 30-minute flight time. Yeah. So that would be much more appealing to. I know it would be the Marcus and I. We don't need the world's longest flight, but we like more than 10 minutes, right?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
So, okay, well, let's see here. I got another graphic here to put up here. I think I'm almost all done with the graphics here, folks. I'll get to the highlight in the comments here in a few minutes here once I get done doing all this producer stuff here. So here, our good friend Igor, he's been leaking this all weekend. The Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. The ultimate at tracking stabilizer. Now, we know Insta360, they've been kind of sneaking up on GoPro and DJI for years now. They came out with a Insta360 Flow 1 about a year or more ago. And now on the cusp of DJI's, they're leaking that they may have not they're leaking, but the leakers are leaking, they may have an Osmo Mobile 7. Now, these guys are it almost looks, there's the production box for the Flow 2. No timeline on when it's coming, but I know these phone gimbals aren't as popular as they used to be anymore because, everybody's got to stay. If you have a new action camera, they're stabilized. You got a phone that's stabilized now, but I'll admit it. These things don't cost a whole lot, and they really do get you stable shots.
Yeah, but like you said, Ron, you really don't need it with this. The stability of the new cameras. You don't. They're so steady, really.
Yeah, the perfection is the nice thing about this array is, and Marcus can test this. If you put your phone on this thing, you can do hyperlapses and all that kind of stuff. Of course,
that's what I use it for.
You could do tracking. Basically, if you put your phone in this, now you have the Pocket 3.
Captain Ray, what I do with I still have the which one? I have the version 4, right, Ron?
Yeah.
DJI Osmo Mobile 4, and what I use it almost exclusively for is motion track hyperlapses. In other words, you tell it to move while it's doing a hyperlapse, and they can turn out really cool, and it works very, very well for that. Mm-hmm. But I agree with you, Ray, that if you're just looking for stabilized video, there's a ton of different ways you can get it now.
I don't want anybody to laugh, but I still have my $5 Right here. I got this at the $5. That was
I
it.
see DeMarco laughing there.
And it works great.
You don't have to charge up either, do you, Ray?
I'm not mad at you, Captain Ray.
Well, TJ gave me that tip.
But they do build stability into these things, into the phones now. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what we're not telling them, Mark, is this offers 3-axis image stabilization.
Right.
Yeah, which you don't get. I mean, even
that's right.
Even an Action 5 Pro or a GoPro Hero 13 or what's the other one, the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, as good as the stabilization they have, it's still not as good as the 3-axis stabilization because these things work in low light. They don't lose their stability once the light goes low.
I think what Captain Ray is getting at, and you tell me this all the time, Ron, the stabilization that's in your phone, action camera, etc., is good enough. Now, if you're making a movie, you might want one of these gimbals.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you're going to do a lot of recording in low light.
Right.
Yeah.
But for our uses, what we do every day, it's kind of superfluous.
Bob Casey has a comment here. He says, the OM6 is an awesome gimbal, but I just don't use enough. I'm in the same boat with Bob. I mean, I may never upgrade the gimbal again because the 6 is so good. It just got a bunch of firmware updates where now you can control it with your Apple Watch or whatever. I mean, the technology's got so good. Yeah, it's not really, much of a. It's hard to justify an upgrade. DeMarco, you have something there you want to show us?
Oh, yeah. I was just saying the same thing. I bought this. Look at this big giant thing. Osmo 3. I bought this.
Yeah, I've got the 4. I've got the OM4.
Yeah, and I probably used this a dozen times, and it's just not what I need. So.
But DeMarco, I'll tell you what, it's really fun is you ought to try it sometimes when your kids are playing sports. You ought to have it do a moving time lapse as they're moving. Yeah, you could get some pretty cool effects.
Bud Bieber's saying I have 2 gimbals. I don't use either. Waste of money.
Yeah.
But in that case, places like Facebook Marketplace, they're your friend.
Yeah.
You can get that money. You can get
They'll
some.
go
You
quick.
Some
They'll
of that
go quick
money.
on there.
Pardon, Ray?
They'll sell quick on there.
Yeah. You can recoup some of that money. So, okay, I don't think we can sell anybody any Insta360 flows tonight because I mean, if you have a recent gimbal by DJI or even the old Insta360, probably not worth upgrading. Whatever. If you don't have a gimbal, if you don't have a gimbal at all, if you don't have an action camera at all, you don't have a pocket at all, yeah, this may be a good thing to have for your phone because you can actually kind of in the phone you have to kind of be stable with it a little bit. Where this you can kind of run around and run and gun a little bit more.
So, Ron, is there an official DroneNation purchase link for this?
It's not. Even though
there were links below.
Even though our good friend Igor is reporting someone is already selling the Insta360 flow someplace. We don't have a link for him, but we do have some Black Friday. The DroneNation official Black Friday and Cyber Monday affiliate links coming up soon. So thanks for that kind of teasers there. So I'm going to end the. That's the end of those links for tonight, folks. You don't have to see any more stuff pop up. I can take the rest of the night off now. So, yeah. So Gimbal Nation is over. So we got some Black Friday stuff, but maybe we'll wait for John. I mean, our secret unknown superstar to appear in the chat before we go into these big deals. I'm going to go to Marcus has something.
I just think Bob Casey made a good point there. Look at his last comment. And he's absolutely right. If you've ever walked around Disney World or Disneyland, you'll see those vloggers that do the video vlogs, and they're doing it all with a phone on a gimbal like that.
That's because all their subscribers are watching on their phone. It's hard to see the phone. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, John Coopy, Gimbal Nation. Yeah, that'll be the lowest ranked show on YouTube if we ever do that.
Hey, I'm going to start a new live show, Gimbal Nation. I like it.
Yeah. The lowest rated show on YouTube.
You get
Well,
three people in the chat.
Yeah, you know how people are always trying to get 1,000 subscribers, and that one we'll be working to get 10 subscribers.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about gimbals, though. I do have a gimbal that extends 5 feet. It's a selfie stick also, and that thing works pretty good. It really does.
Yeah.
Well, Captain Ray, I have to tell you that the Osmo Mobile 6 also has the nicest extension thing you ever used. Is smooth as butter.
Okay.
Hey, Captain Ray, I donated a gimbal last year for the South Florida drone meetup. I wanted a phone gimbal.
Right.
Somebody won it.
I know.
It was brand new in the box.
It was great too. I tell you.
Yeah.
And Jay Bird's saying he's telling Bob that he uses his Apple 16 Pro Max with his mic too.
Okay.
So, and Jay Bird he has an Osmo Action, but too much.
That's
to
true.
Carry around.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah.
Yep. The Osmo, it is, again, it is, it's more of a commitment carry than your phone or an action camera or so on. Bud saying video stabilization. Enough said. I mean, I'm not trying to talk anybody into getting a phone gimbal, but
that's true, Bud. Until you try a yaw.
Oh yeah. And what about here's something that the Osmo Mobile 6 it keeps your horizon studied too, Marcus. You won't get the crooked horizon that you would going around hand holding the whole time. So I mean,
better than those FEMI gimbals.
I mean, if you're going to film with your phone and you're just going to stand still or whatever, and maybe go like this or whatever, okay, you don't need that gimbal. But if you're going to move around, you don't want your horizon like, Marcus always tries the rule of 4 thirds. You don't want the rule of 10 thirds when you're walking around the horizon all over the place and it's not level anymore. So yeah, guys, if you think you could do so good without your gimbal, go shoot me don't shoot me a video standing still. You walk around at a brisk pace someplace, you look at the horizon, sky, whatever, and show me how steady your video is. There's a DroneNation challenge. So, but let's go to. I'm going to skip we're waiting for Johnny to.
Bud's making another good point down there. True, right?
Yeah.
You always get the shot then.
Oh yeah. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry on the Insta360.
Yeah.
But we're waiting for Johnny to put his tux on before he comes on the show here. I didn't mean to say that or whatever. That's secret here. But I want to go to a story. I'm going to go to Ray first here. Ray's been back in Florida now for a little while. I mean, he basically just got back, and he already had a little mini meetup with a couple big names out at Du Bois Park in beautiful Jupiter, Florida. Can you tell us a little bit about the meetup, Ray?
Yeah, no, we had a good time. Al invited me, or I invited him, however you want to word, and then we invited Ken Gottlieb also, and you know how nice Du Bois Park is. It's great. And
one of my favorite secret spots in Jupiter.
We got there before sunrise, and we flew the lighthouse, beautiful Jupiter lighthouse with the light, that beacon, and then the sun came up. We enjoyed a beautiful sunrise, and I posted a quick video of the pre-dawn flight. Yes. And we had a good time.
I wish I remember to link that in here, Ray, but I saw your video.
And it just so happens I'm having a mini meetup with those guys again tomorrow morning at the Hillsborough Lighthouse.
That's the place I want to go. Al says he'll take me next spring.
Yeah, the Hillsborough Lighthouse.
Will you go down with me, Ray?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is a nice lighthouse to fly. And I don't know if you saw Al's photos on Facebook, but it's all decorated for Christmas now.
I saw that. Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah, we had Al on the show recently. He talked about that meetup they had in I forget the name of the meetup, the name of the location. He had that meetup about 3 weeks ago.
Fort Pierce.
You guys don't remember.
He was up in Fort Pierce inlet.
Fort Pierce, yeah. Fort Pierce.
And they had a barbecue and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that Alex Ricardo brought the buns.
Yeah. They had a good time. They had a good turnout too.
The rolls, DeMarco.
Oh yeah. I figured that.
Hey, speaking of which, DeMarco, I can't remember. Are you going to come to the meetup or not? The Florida meetup.
Right now, no, I'm scheduled not to come. And like I said before, we talked about it before. Like the kids' sports start that week, so
Right.
that I came. Michelle was running all around though, and she did it though, but like she was.
Well, now we can talk about DeMarco.
Yeah.
All good things though, DeMarco. All good things.
No, like I won't know until like we actually get their schedule, which is out.
Hey, the other thing is I was checking today at that Best Western in Jupiter. Prices have gone up a lot.
Oh, and I haven't talked to you about Mike Wright's already done research that rooms are cheaper at the Hampton.
Yeah, he made reservations at the Hampton in Jupiter. However, it may be worth it for us still to stay at the Best Western because of that, because it's right on the intracoastal, right?
Of course, we don't know what's near the Hampton.
I'll look it up and I'll let you know.
So Mike
remember, get your Hampton reservations because guess what? They say spring break. It's always spring break, something in Florida. But what if those rooms don't sell or whatever? They may be back to the old price right before our meetup.
That's what I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah. So we'll have to talk about more of that in a future show. We're gonna get powwow.
Well, I just was bringing it up because I just looked at it today.
Yeah, I mean, and I only know this because of talking with Mike last week. I think I talked to him on Thanksgiving. Hey, Ray, before we move off of your little meetup, tell them the one nice thing people don't know about the Boys Park, that you can fly to the beautiful Jupiter Lighthouse easily from there.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's only like 2,200 feet, and it's a nice flight. And there's always boat. You could do some boat chasing. But I just love that lighthouse. I love the color red that it is, and it's my favorite place down here now. Really.
And that you talked about boat chasing. That inn can be a very busy place on a weekend or like
definitely.
Like around definitely. Even when I'm there, it's like when the snowbirds are there. That can be real busy in March and April.
And that US 1 bridge, that was torn down.
Is that finished
year, but it's getting there. I think they may even have one lane open.
They've been working on that as long as I can remember, Captain Ray. As long as I've been coming to meetups.
Yeah. So,
it's been a couple of years, but I remember it used to be going over it. So So I'm glad you had a good meetup and Al and Ken or whatever. You had a good time. They say you can't go wrong at DuBois Park. And I make a joke about being a secret spot. You wait on a nice day, especially weekend. That's far from a secret spot. I think everybody in South Florida knows about DuBois Park.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Ron, I just looked while we're talking here. I looked up the Hampton Inn, Jupiter, and it's on Route 1, but it's not anywhere close to the. Well, I mean, it's not
up by Indian Town. Up by Indian Town, I believe.
Indian Town.
Yeah. Oh boy, I wish I could tell you.
My favorite road around there, Ray, Indian Town.
Just south of Indian Town.
Well, it's right off of Donald Ross Road.
Right.
Oh, down by Donald Ross. That's a little south of the of our Best Western.
Yeah, I know where Indian Town is.
Well, that's a nice place around Donald Ross's. That's a nice area down there.
It looks like
that's near Juneau, right, Ray? Get down there near Juneau Beach.
Nice area. Yeah. It's good.
Okay, I didn't mean to derail us, but I just wanted to let you know,
folks. The Hampton Inn Nation here, or whatever. So yeah.
Well, I mean, we got good reason to be looking at this stuff because we all want to be.
Yeah.
We all want to be together.
To plan ahead of time. I did let Ray know. I booked my rooms at the Hampton Inn Stewart just a week ago or so.
I spent a lot of money today, guys. I booked that 10-day cruise with Bob Dempsey and Bob and Dempsey.
That's good. Great.
Yeah.
I think you're going to enjoy that, Marcus.
Are you going on the cruise, Ray? You and Cheryl?
No, we're not going. It's just too busy a time, Yeah,
it's hard for you, Ray, because you're right before the meetup. It's impossible. Yeah.
And DeMarco, you and Shelly going on the cruise? Or?
No. No.
And you know what? It's adults only, so it's not like you could bring the kids.
I wouldn't anyway. No.
What?
I'd lock them in the closet.
Ron would help babysit.
No.
Now, Marcus? Have you been to Puerto Rico, San Juan?
Years ago,
Okay,
many years ago. Yeah.
You got to visit old San Juan.
Old San Juan. Well, that's where
Was it Baxter Marcus that was there last? Was it Baxter Marcus?
it was, Baxter Marcus, and I've got some stories I'll tell you off the air. But the cruise port is right there in Old San Juan.
Yes, it's right there. I know exactly where it is. Yeah.
Hey, we got a question from Eric Rose here in the chat. Eric's down there in the Bahamas. He said, "Hi, y'all. I was considering a Mavic 3 original fly more combo over the Air 3S. But I don't know what he says after Air 3S, MMMUT. But the price went up by $100 overnight, I guess, on the Air 3S. I wonder what would be better drone to photograph that lighthouse, Ray.
The Air 3S.
I don't have the Air 3S, but everybody raves about it. So
Bigger
I know the Mavic 4 films are great. I mean the Mavic 3.
Mavic 3. Yeah.
Well,
Mavic
Marcus,
3.
both Airs do Air 3s both have the telly, the 3X telly.
They do.
You could get in, you could crop in close without going all the way over there.
But what fun is that? Half the fun is flying all the way over there.
Flying out there.
But some people are, you know, they're you know, whatever, they're busy or whatever. They don't, you know, they need to get to shop, but they don't need to waste a whole bunch of time flying over there.
Hey, did you see what Eddie's saying? We're going to have a drone meetup in the Dominican Republic. I'm all for it, Eddie. I'd do that.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
2026.
Yeah. Eddie's joking, but come on, buddy.
Oh, and Eddie,
Watch out, Eddie. Eddie, watch out because these Marcus will wear a Speedo down there. Watch out.
Okay, come on, DeMarco. What did I do to make you mad today?
Thong, maybe? Thong, Marcus? Thong, is it? Does he got one on there? Let's see.
You'll have to get
way to take a cruise.
You'll have to get a hold of Eddie.
Do that down there.
His secret spots in San Juan, Marcus.
Well, yeah.
Eddie's saying San Juan is a drone paradise, Marcus.
I believe it. I've seen his videos from there. It absolutely is. Yeah.
And we talked about the hover drone earlier. Eddie put out a video I just saw this morning where he said the hover's they kind of fixed everything that needed to be fixed with firmware updates now. The beacon's working good. All the modes shooting 8K now. So if you're interested in the hover, check out Eddie's video that I think is most recent video. So, we got Steve Jeunesse said he paid $139 at Store North. That's the price I got, Steve.
You still can get that rate. And if you haven't booked it, call soon because eventually it's going to sell out.
That's a great
deal. Block of rooms.
Yeah, that's a great deal. Hey, Bob Casey's asking a question about the cruise. Bob, I will direct message you Audrey's link, Audrey Dempsey's link.
Yes. We'll have to get Bob when Bob Dempsey's not busy being Santa Claus. We'll have to get him back on the show to give a little more details about the cruise. Audrey, you know, hopefully you can get Audrey to come on too. So, So, Marcus, this is something we had a phone call about this day because I didn't know what was going on. Now, I still haven't seen the video yet, but I put a link in the show's description. Take it to the video in question that we're going to talk about next. But Marcus was featured in one of 51 Drones' latest video, and that's Russ over 51 Drones. Okay. You know, he's a big channel there. And Marcus, I'll let you take it away because everything I'm saying is what you just told me. So you give it firsthand here now.
Well, Russ put together a video about all of the drone channels, and he made a poem, kind of like the Night Before Christmas type of poem. And he's sitting there reading the poem, and he's talking about all the local drone channels. And he spoke for a few minutes about Idaho Quadcopter, and I was absolutely honored to be a part of it. You know, it's pretty good. I felt like I was with pretty good company. Of course, there's Billy Kyle in there, Original Dobo, Ken Herron. I'm trying to think of all the others. He had that DM Productions, of course, Aldrin Estacio. I'm trying to remember all the people. Air Photography. He had a number of channels.
All the drone superstars.
He wrote a poem about all of them, and I was pretty tickled to be included in that. So, and it was a surprise.
Cool.
Of course, Kelly Shores was in there.
Yeah.
So with Ready Set Drone, and several. Yep.
And if anybody wants to see this video, again, the link's right in the description. You can just click it and go right to it. So, and you make sure you tell Russ in the description, DroneNation sent you over there.
There you go. Yeah.
Congratulations, Marcus, because that's a big thing.
Yeah, congrats,
really
Marcus.
It was fun. It was fun. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said some nice things. So, that's always gratifying, right?
Yeah.
What you paying?
Well, we're still negotiating that. Okay, I'm going to segue into, we just mentioned Kelly Shores. Ready Set Drones team of Chris Waters and Kelly Shores did more testing with the DJI Neo in low light. About a week or so ago, Chris put up a video where they were flying in their studio. As soon as he took it behind something, it went crazy when it got in the dark. And they did some more testing, and Chris found that it worked much better with the DJI RC controller and the smartphone app than it did flying it just on its own or using the FPV controller. They didn't do so well in low light, but he had better luck especially with the RC controller in a low light situation. And they did this testing where they went in a dark room and Kelly flashed a flashlight on Chris's face so the drone could still see his face. And at one point they even put like a drone light in the bottom of it so the drone could see the ground, and it still eventually kind of crashed.
That was a fun video. That was some interesting thinking on their part to even put that together. It was a lot of fun.
And the bottom line is, if you're intending to buy the Neo as an indoor flying drone, remember you need brightly lit space to fly that indoors, and a good set of earplugs.
Good.
It's loud. Yeah.
Especially indoor. It's not terrible till we're outdoors, but indoors it's loud.
I totally agree.
So
I do have some good news. I have some good news.
Good.
I purchased a Neo as a giveaway for the South Florida Drone Meetup with John Gregory's Connecticut Pirates donation. So we got a Neo along. Great giving away too. They're starting to roll in.
Do you think we'll see many? Do you think we'll see many Neos down there in the spring, Ray, at the meetup?
I do. I think there's going to be quite a few. Yeah. Yep, I do. No doubt about it.
I suspect you're right.
Jeremy Alms is going to be donating quite a few too.
Oh, good.
And if you don't mind me just showing this off, Ron, I did
go right ahead.
Receive this from some drone guy, Jeremy L.
Oh, wow.
And it's the DJI Air 3S Fly More combo. And this is from Jeremy Alms. So thank you, Jeremy. Really.
Wow.
Thank you, Jeremy.
That's quite a prize.
He's also donating a lot of Neos, he said, too. We haven't received them yet, but I think he'll come through with them. That's for sure.
That's good.
I think Bud's referring to his Neo here. He said he's sending his back.
Yeah. Hey, Bob Casey, I can't find your link. Could you maybe email me at idahoquadcopter@yahoo.com and I'll send you that link.
Okay. Quick story here. The DJI Pocket 3 got a firmware update that improves the autofocus, among other improvements, and it also adds compatibility with the new DJI Mini. So if you have a Pocket 3, you might as well get that improved autofocus, right? You never can have too much autofocus, right, Marcus?
Autofocus can be a bugaboo. It really can. It can drive you nuts. There's nothing worse than you're creating something and you get it home, you look at it on your big screen and it's out of focus. It's very frustrating. So
and no sort of editing. I don't care what editor you're using, can't fix out of focus video.
Yeah, that's it. If it's out of focus, it's tough. Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying the Pocket 3 had bad focusing, but it improves. You can never get too good on the autofocus.
I totally agree.
So listen, I don't think we're going to have our big name guest stars. I don't think going to make it tonight. I think he's on a much bigger show than ours tonight, I believe. So we're going to go right into our. We're going to save you some money here, folks. We're going to go right into our Black Friday sales, which a lot of them we talked about last week, but I think some of them are worth repeating again. And then we're going to go into our special Cyber Monday specials. And now all these I have in the description, and I have links beside them. They are all official DroneNation affiliate links here, where it takes you right to the Amazon page where you can make your purchase. Doesn't cost you anything more, and helps the DroneNation guys. Maybe it helps get them to the Florida meetup or any of the meetups. So, okay, let's start out with one that we're waiting for a special man to come in here, but again, I don't think he can make it tonight. The DJI Power 1000 for $379 over at Amazon.com. Now, Johnny Dronefly and I did a show last week where we did a launch party for the DJI Mini, and I'm going to say more than half the show we talked about the Power 1000 more than we did the Mike Mini. Almost everybody I know ordered this DJI Power 1000 with this deal here. Now, Johnny, because he got in early, he got the free bag with it, which is like a $99 value, but I don't think that's been available for it. Now, I think we have somebody in the panel that may have put an order on this DJI Power 1000. DeMarco, they're pointing at you. And there's even a rumor that maybe yours came already.
Oh yeah. Mine came on Friday. In fact, Johnny actually ordered his before I did, though, but I got mine first. So I ordered the Power 1000, and then I ordered the cables for the it's the SDC cable for XT60 charger and for the car charger too. And I did see on DJI website there's a dongle that you can plug into the SDC ports that gives you Wi-Fi.
Did you get the special cable that powers up the Mavic 3 quickly?
No.
Okay.
I talked about Marcus, but this was Marcus. Really go out.
DeMarco,
your audio is just getting really weird.
You're sort of sidelining a little bit on us.
Yeah. It gets distorted and it gets out of phase, and
it comes.
Okay.
So we're hearing about half of what you're saying, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Seems like it's good now.
Have you got a chance to use the Power 1000 all yet?
No, it's sitting here still. No, it's sitting here and stuff though. We'll mainly use it for the ball for that. Yeah.
Bud Bieber said we'll charge an e-trike up. DeMarco, do you know if he'll charge an e-bike up or e-trike?
I have no idea. I haven't looked over. Yeah.
Ray, did you get caught up in this buying frenzy with the Power?
No. I have 3 other smaller ones. I got 2 of the iVolt when they were on sale.
Okay.
And then I got a Jackery also. So that's enough for me.
Right.
Yeah, that Jackery is a great little power station, right, Captain Ray? I mean,
I like it.
Yeah, you take it out in the field, it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Eddie said in the Power 1000 providing too much amps to DeMarco's mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
It's still in the box, too.
I know Marcus has 1 million power banks, so it makes sense he didn't order. But I know when Johnny and I did that show last week, that launch party show at 8 a.m, almost half the people in the show had ordered the Power 1000.
Yeah.
I mean, it does seem like a tremendous deal. This was $1,000 power station.
That's right.
And they sold it for more than 60% off.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
That's a fantastic deal.
But they also had it on sale, and then I want to say EcoFlow, or it was Anchor, had a similar power station on sale for about the same price. So
okay.
Yeah.
Now, folks, I don't know when these sales are in. I mean, I see Bob made a comment. I checked this sale price late afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock, and these prices were all in effect, like around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If they, I don't know if they, what did they, is they're like Cinderella. I don't know if they all expire at midnight or when they leave, but they were all still in play at around 5.
I'm not sure about the DJI one though, but the Anchor one stops on the second, so it stops today. It stops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, off of power stations, we're going to go to a drone here that Marcus owns. We talked about this a little bit last week, but and Marcus has made a video about this drone since we did the show last week. It's the Mini 4K, which was released early in the year. It was the first DJI drone released in 2024, and it's currently on sale for $239 over at Amazon. Many of the prices are the same prices on over DJI.com, so you can get them at the mothership too. But Ray has this drone already, so I'm going to go to Marcus first, and I'll go to Ray on what they think of the Mini 4K. Is it worth buying at the $239 price point?
That is just a screaming deal. I can't believe that they can sell a drone with those kind of capabilities for that money, and it's just a ball to fly. Well, it flies like a DJI drone. Listen, that the magic of that drone is that price point. It's so easy for people to get into. Somebody that wants to try out the hobby, but they don't want to spend $1,000. Man, they get a great drone for $239. It's going to take great video. It's going to take great pictures. It has enough automation. It'll do the quick shots, and it'll do panoramas, which is they're fun to do. 12 megapixel camera. So as long as you're not trying to blow that picture up to billboard size, it looks really, really good. And it is 4K, 30 frames per second. OcuSync 2. So you never have a connection problem with it like you do. You know, some of those other drones that I fly and test on my channel, trust me, none of them have a connection like this DJI Mini 4K with OcuSync 2. So yeah, I just think it's a steal. It's I kind of argued that is it DJI's best drone? Well, I think if you figure price into it, it probably is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat this price. And when it first went on Black Friday sale, I found it for $199, but that was only like for hours. And I had sent that link to my brother-in-law up in New Hampshire. He bought one. But anyway, it's funny how you did that video, Marcus, because I just flew this the other day along the ocean in Jupiter, along Jupiter Beach. And I forgot how good this drone was, really. You know, I don't fly it very often, but I had fun flying it that day, really.
It's a mini drone. It'll fly at 35 miles an hour, Captain Ray, for a little mini drone. Yeah. I
was right there off the beach looking for sharks, you know.
Yeah.
But I had fun with it.
It is great fun. And it's easy to carry around. That's the other thing. I don't want to get because it's a mini drone, it's so easy to keep it in your car, etc. And quite frankly, at $239, you're not as freaked out about, if something happens. Yeah.
Look at that.
And Marcus, I think Carlos Miranda has a question. Probably going to throw it to you. Is the Mini 4K any better than the Mini 2?
I would say that it's better in that it's a couple years. It's almost exactly the same drone. However, I think that they upgraded the chipset and some other things in it. They have the same capabilities, but I do think the Mini 4K is fractionally better.
Okay,
thank you. I even had to. I put a comment on Marcus's video. I would even recommend. A lot of people recommend the Neo as a beginner drone, but I would recommend the Mini 4K as a beginner drone, especially at that price, because you're only $4 higher than you are the Neo, but you actually get a real controller with it.
Right.
And a beginner. I mean, like for me, when I was a beginner, I wanted a controller with my drone.
Yep, I agree, 100%. Yeah.
And look how far we've come since we all started flying to now. Yeah. With a beginner drone. I mean, come on.
Richard makes a point here. He says, "I wish the Mini 4K would work with the DJI RC," and that is one bugaboo, that the Mini 4K is only relegated to the working with the standard DJI RC control where you plug in your phone.
It's the RC. I had to look at it the other day because I couldn't remember if it was the RCN1 or the RCN2, but it is the RCN1 for the Mini 4K.
Yes.
Mm.
And Bill, the Drone Review wants to remind everybody to catch Road Talk Live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, hey, Ray Kelly said he was going to buy the Mini 4K and donate it to the South Florida Drone Meetup.
This is the one. This is the one that's going to be donated.
Oh, wow.
I just showed.
Wow.
It's only got a couple of flights on it.
Yeah, broke it in for you.
Heck yeah.
Tested. So, yeah, I forget what I was. Yeah, I got to follow up, but I forget. So, DeMarco, you don't have the Mini 4K, do you?
I do not know. No.
Yeah. I don't have it either, so I can't come. But I feel like I've owned it since I watched so many Marcus's flights with it. I kind of almost feel like I've owned it. So, and you got did you get an email from Bob Casey?
I sent him an email.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to another. These I think we've all said all these last week, so but they're still in effect today, and there's still great deals. The DJI Mini 3, not the Mini 3 Pro, the Mini 3 for $329 over at Amazon.com. And,
another great deal.
So this is the dumbed down version of the Mini 3 Pro, but not all that dumbed down. I mean, it still is an incredible drone. I'm going to throw it to Marcus again since he owns and has tested this drone many times.
So another $90 above the Mini 4K gets you the Mini 3. Is it worth $90? Of course, you know me. I would argue yes. Yeah. Couple of things. It's got a better camera. It's got a bigger sensor. It does take incrementally higher quality video and pictures. It also will do that trick where it flips the camera. If you like doing vertical video, it will do that. I'm trying to remember features-wise if it does anything different. I can't remember, but I can tell you this. The flight time is a lot more because it's that next generation of minis, and it has that different battery. So you can get 30 minutes flight time with one of those little guys. It does quite good. So yeah, I mean, if you got another $90, I would absolutely move up to the Mini 3.
And handles the wind better too, right, Marcus?
Yeah, again, Captain Ray, incrementally. I mean, it's not like it's a big leap, but it is better. Yeah.
And it will work with controls that have screens in too.
That's a good point, Ron. Yeah, good point.
And of course, you made the point. It has the better camera in it than.
That's the biggest thing. Bigger sensor. Yeah.
Well, you said the flight time too.
Yeah.
So, Intel Maxwell Multi-Rotor says the Mini 3 is the best deal in the Mini series right now, especially get with the RC1, and yeah. So yeah, right. I wonder how much that'd be. And Richard's saying the Mini 3 is the SDK kit, so you can do mapping. And
is it that much? He says 51 minutes flight time. I didn't remember it was that much.
Wow. It actually got more than the Mini 3 Pro.
Yeah, it did. It did, didn't it? I can tell you this. It'll fly longer than I'm comfortable on the sticks. I'm wanting to bring it in and land.
That's a long time to be flying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Marcus. If I had to choose between the Mini 4K and the Mini 3, it's only not. Even if I didn't have that $9 now, however you get your money, whether you get it working or you say a security check, I would just wait until I got the extra $90 and purchase the. If you haven't had a drone this long, you can wait another month until you scrape $9 more.
I'm going to make the argument though, Ron, that there are people, a lot of people, that $239 for that Mini 4K is a big reach for them already, right? That's probably the same person that's going to buy that $150 Amazon drone or whatever, and that Mini 4K is so much better,
Right.
Yeah, the big thing is you can get that
maybe a
DJI RC2. The RC2 is so much better too, I think, with that drone.
Yeah. DeMarco, you're like me. You don't have the Mini 3, right?
No, I don't. I don't have that though. I've thought about buying it for Maddox though, but I've said this before. The reason why I don't get it for him is I don't want to be messing with the phone, cell phone with him. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I hear you.
And I never had the Mini 3. I had the Mini 3 Pro at one time.
Main 3 Pro I have, yeah.
So, okay, one more kind of rehash of last week's show. Then we're going to the big Cyber Monday deals. The DJI Action 4 standalone combo for only $209 on Amazon. Now, this is the camera. I think it started out at $399 when it's brand new. Of course, it's been succeeded by the Action 5 at this point, but Marcus, you have I had the Action 4 too, and you have the Action 4. I mean, the Action 4 is still a tremendous action camera. As far as video quality, the Action 5 may be not a whole lot better in video quality. What the Action 5 has is kind of like what the Air 3S has. It has the runtime and all this extra stuff, but not necessarily incrementally. The video is only incrementally better.
Ron, I had a good friend of mine recently posted a video where he did a side-by-side comparison of the Action 4 and the Action 5. And you know what? I thought the video was that much better on the Action 5. Your video, Ron, looking at them side by side, I thought the colors were more realistic on the Action 5. I thought the dynamic range was definitely better. I could see that with my naked eye. Yeah, I think you let me tell you what. Your video, Ron, talked me into I'll probably be upgrading to that Action 5.
But by the comments and the thing, though, it seemed like more people leaned to the Action 4 than they did the 5. But here's what I'll tell anybody in that video. If I shot that thing in D-Log-M, everything you thought was wrong with the Action 5 Pro, if I shot in D-Log-M and put the adjustment light in there, that would all be gone.
Man, I'm telling you, you did it all on automatic, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I changed anything. If I did anything, it was just lock something like the exposure so it wouldn't change or something, you know.
I thought the Action 5 looked better. I thought the dynamic range was better, and I thought the colors were more realistic.
And of course, like, you know, say at the anytime I went into under the trees, of course, in the 4, I was in the dark, where the 5 exposed me.
Right.
Yeah. So anybody looking to pick an action camera up, and again, I think the Action 5 is $349 right now. But if you're on a budget, you can't go wrong with that $209 Action 4.
Do you have a link for that, or Ron?
Yeah, the links. These are all DroneNation affiliate links. So, Ray, do you have the Action 4?
No, I have the GoPro. I still have the GoPro.
You still have the GoPro
10.
He's one of those, Ron.
Why not use it, you know?
I still have the GoPro Hero 12. DeMarco.
I use my phone, you know that.
Phone, man. And the video from that phone, if it's a new phone, is just as good as any of these other action cameras. DeMarco, you're still rocking the Action 1, right?
Action 1, original Action.
You do a lot of stuff with your phone also, right?
Most of it with my phone, yeah.
Like Ray does. Yeah.
His beautiful bride has a fancy handle she puts on that phone, right?
I know it's around here someplace. Yeah.
So, okay, let's get over to some new stuff. This is all Cyber Monday stuff. I'm going to start out with the Spectre Mini GPS drone. Now, I believe I'm getting there's Spectre is the white label, blue label, whatever they call it, DJI drones, meaning that this is basically, I believe this is basically a Mini 4K.
Right.
They have it for $219 over at Amazon. Said Spectre Mini. Now, I think one of the downsides, I don't believe you can get extra batteries for it, but if that's, I think Bill the Drone Review talked about he at Link one time and get the extra batteries. I'm not sure in the whole battery issue.
No geofencing, though, is the advantage to it.
Yeah, no. So if you're a real estate photographer and they send you to a neighborhood that's you have to get of course approval to fly in, but then you got to get your DJI drone unlocked. So you may not get your job done, but if you show up with the Spectre, all you got to do is get that Link approval, and you're flying. So very good point. I mean, Bill the Drone Viewer has experience with these Spectre drones. I do not have any experience with them. Ray, you've never messed with it.
No, I don't know. But again, you know me, I'm a DJI guy, so you know.
Apparently, these specs are
Really?
DJI drones.
I
just with a-
know.
just
That's
with a
what they're
different name.
saying. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Mark, you haven't messed with the Spectre, have you?
No. Let me speak for Margaret. No.
Yeah. And Marcus left for a minute, but the next two things I kind of need him for because I think he's flown the next two drones. Well, I'm going to go down to 4, and I'm going to come back and hope he comes back here soon. The SanDisk 2 terabyte extreme portable SSD drive is only $129 right now on Amazon. So if you know what these things are, they're extremely compact drives, and they have, you can plug them in, your phone, your iPad, your computer. There you go. And they're so fast. There he has it. He has the one. He's the 1 terabyte. I'm 2 terabyte here.
I paid. I think it was $89.
You can edit right off these drives. You can edit a 4K 60 frame HDR movie right off the drive without actually ever moving it to your computer's hard drive.
Yeah, and that's what I plan to do. Just use it for a second hard drive.
Yeah. And like for instance, like if you're going to buy a new iPad and you see you want a 1 terabyte, but that jacks the price up $600, just get the one with the smaller, internal drive, and then plug these 129 things in. You have all the space you need, or you can use it as backup. Say you're going on, I don't know, you back up your computer. Maybe you're trying to move data from one computer to another computer. You put on a device like this. If you want to back up your computer, you do a full backup. You could do it on here. There's endless amounts of possibilities of what you could do with one of these little things, and that's a pretty good price for 2 terabytes of storage. And you said you got yours for under 100 with the 1 terabyte.
Yeah, with 1. I thought about the 2 though, but this will last me a long time. So.
Another great deal.
Yep.
Yeah. And something again, all drone pod says we're all shooting 4K video now. That stuff takes up room fast. And with the new iPhone, you can shoot. What is it? You can shoot ProRes video, but you can only do it if you have a like one of these drives plugged into the phone. So
right.
So I just showed you how fast they are at reading and writing data. So that's a Cyber Monday deal, which again I don't know if it goes away at midnight or not, but if you're watching the show, you got less than 2 hours left now. You better click those affiliate links. So okay, we're going to go back to a drone here, the Phoebe Mini 3 4K, and this is a 2 battery edition with a case for $349. And this drone, when it first came out, sold for like $299 or whatever. So here you're getting the extra battery case for only $349. And I have flown the Phoebe Mini 3, and I know a lot of people, don't like to hear us talk much about non-DJI drones. Some people do, some don't. But the Phoebe Mini 3 is probably the best of the bargain drones I've ever flown. The thing flies real well. The video is good. Just said it almost, I almost can't say anything bad about it. Mine, the one I had, kind of crabbed a little bit, but other people didn't report that issue. I was the only one who was reporting his crabbing. So it could have maybe just been mine or something I was doing wrong. But I know Marcus, he actually has his drone. I had to send mine back, but he actually purchased one, and he's very happy with it too, I believe. But again, unfortunately, he had to leave. Now, Ray, I know you're mostly a DJI man.
Yeah. I tried the Phoebe Mini one time, and I was just very, very what's the word? Not as happy with it as a DJI drone. So
well, Ray, and I can sympathize with you. I had the Phoebe Mini 1 too. Was not happy with it at all. I mean,
the X8 Mini, if I remember right.
Yeah, mine was a complete, POS or whatever. But the Mini 3, it's not even like, it looks the same, but it's not like it's even the same drone. I mean, the Mini 3 performed again, really well. And again, I'm really impressed with the video and pictures where I was not at all on the on the Phoebe Mini 1. DeMarco, I know you've messed with some Hubsons in the past. Have you ever messed with the Phoebe?
No. 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 Once I finished with our, our favorite Hudson, I was done dealing with those. So hats off to you guys for still doing it. Or at least did anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I luckily had somebody send the FEMI Mini my way, and again, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I'm not telling you to get over DJI drone. I would get the Mini 4K or the Mini 3 instead, a little less money. But what the FEMI Mini 3 offers to the people that need tracking and they need waypoints, this offers those features, which you cannot get on the DJI budget drones. So just keep that in mind. That this could fill. You have to go much higher in price to get those points on a DJI drone, the waypoints and the tracking. So unless you get the Neo, which gives you tracking for $199, but of course doesn't have anything. I don't think it has waypoints. Yeah, it doesn't have waypoints, even if you use the controller. So, but the link is there. And I wouldn't recommend it over the DJI unless you need the two features I just said. Okay, here's the drone that I know Marcus tested out, and I forget his thoughts on it. And unfortunately, he had to go here. I'm sure something came up here. The Potensic Atom SE 2-battery bundle, $239 on Amazon.com. So that puts it at the same price as the Mini 4K with a 2-battery edition. And I don't know a whole lot about this Atom. Again, I was counting on Marcus to talk us through this here. I've never, as far as I can remember, if I've owned a Potensic, it's been a long time. And if I did own a Potensic, it was a toy drones Potensic. Ray or DeMarco, do you have any experience with the Potensic drones?
No, not at all.
Oh, here he is. Yeah. Right on cue, Marcus. We just started talking about some of the we finished up on the Cyber Monday specials, and we just started talking about the Potensic Atom SE 2-battery combo for $239. Now that puts it at the same price point as the Mini 4K, but with a 2-battery combo.
And the SE does not have a gimbal on it, so you're going to get jumbly video. If you're okay with that, I guess, and if you want 2 batteries, maybe, but it's not going to have the connection nor the video quality nor the stability and video of the Mini 4K. So I get those kind of comments all the time on my channel, and I never argue with people. If they're they'll say, "Oh, my Potensic does this, that." Great. That's wrong with that. If you like it, that's awesome. Yeah.
And I'll go roll back. We were talking about the FEMI Mini 3 4K. This is a 2-battery kit with a case for $349. So this puts it, of course, higher than the Mini 4K, but you get more, and even higher than Mini 3, but you get more stuff. And I did mention that, even though I like the FEMI Mini 3 4K a lot, I wouldn't necessarily recommend the DJI bargain drones. But if your requirements are waypoints and tracking, then it may be an option.
If you're looking for feature sets, so I'll say that. So somebody that, if you're comparing the DJI Mini 4K with the FEMI Mini 3, it depends on what you're after. If you want good video, if you want better video, because I think the FEMI Mini 3 does have good video, but the Mini 4K is better. If the Mini 4K comes with a better control signal, comes with those amazing DJI flight controls. Now, however, if you really value things like Ron talked about, a full feature set, the little FEMI Mini 3 has waypoints, and it has a really robust waypoint program. It'll change altitude. You can set a point of interest. You can do all those things. And it tracks very, very well too. It's got a good tracking system on it. Then that's the one you want to get.
And it's the best FEMI I've flown as far as camera quality.
I agree with that. And now FEMI learned how to give you a good stable horizon too. It's got a good horizon.
Yeah. Hey, Richard brought up a point. I forgot to mention that FEMI customer service is a little lacking compared to DJI.
That is a big downside. It almost doesn't exist. So the drone you get, you own it once you get it. Yeah.
And Steve Janessa said he really likes his FEMI X8 SE 2022, a very popular drone. And Steve flew his at the meetup, didn't he, Ray?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Bob Casey's posted some footage from Dan Random on his Femi Mini. So, and Richard's mentioned that the Potensi Atom is a good G, but the Potensi Atom is not the same drone as the Atom SE, right, Marcus?
Yeah, no, the Atom SE only just does not have a gimbal. The Atom does, and I like that drone. I would put that Atom as very comparable to the Femi Mini 3. I enjoy that drone. It has a little unstable horizon once in a great while. You'll see a little bit of a crooked horizon, and I don't think it has quite the feature set that the Femi Mini 3 has on it. But I really like the color science on the little Atom, the little Potensic Atom. It looks nice, bright, vibrant colors. That looks good.
Richard also mentions these bargain drones don't have the DJI geofencing either, but that's important to you.
That's important to you. There you go.
So thank you, Richard.
Right.
So, well, we kind of covered everything I have on the agenda here. Ray, I'll go to you, Ray. Do you and Johnny have a show on Wednesday?
Yeah, we do. We're going to be showing viewer videos. You know, we like highlighting the videos of our viewers, and people seem to like it, so we're doing that.
Good.
And then I have my show on Thursday, and I got Brad Alston as my special guest. So always good to have Brad on. You know.
Yeah. I heard Brad won a nice prize at the Las Vegas meetup.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened is actually Ken Herron won that, and
Right.
he gave it to Brad. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll tell us all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tune in Thursday to find all about that camera. You know.
Brad is always a riot, isn't he, Captain Ray? I mean, he's always the
He's so helpful. He is
friendliest, most helpful, happiest guy at the meetup. Yeah.
And we all know that, you know, he makes the ID holders for us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he does.
And he's going to
does
do
a
it
lot
again.
of work. Yeah, that's
He's
right.
gonna do it again.
And the coasters.
And the coasters, yeah, I got that buried on my desk, so I can't grab one of them.
Yeah, he's a big 3D printer man.
Gotta
Yeah.
say thank you to Brad, really.
Yeah, thank you, Brad.
And he's a big photo bomber.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a talent on to its own.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get an update on the football game, DeMarco. I think it's
It
21-17.
is 21-17 Denver.
But plenty of time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of time left in this ball game. Well, like I said, I think we cover a lot of ground here tonight.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of go and let people use those links to see if they want to take care of some holiday gifts here before the hour strikes midnight. So I don't know how much
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming. You might as well use Ron's link.
Oh, when you were away, we also talked about the SanDisk 2 terabyte extreme portable SSD drive, and DeMarco actually has it right in his desktop.
Those things are handy. They are super handy. Yeah.
DeMarco, 4K drone video takes a lot of space in his hard drives.
I told you it was coming.
And DeMarco, of course, used the DroneNation affiliate link.
Yes, I did.
So, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, back on the show next week. Again, I don't really know if we expect anything to come out between now and the holidays, whether the Flip's coming out, whether the RC Track's coming out. Igor also hinted at the, what do you call it, the little controller for the FPV drones. What do they call that thing DJI makes? They put them in FPV drones.
Oh, yeah. You mean the
Tracker, right?
yeah?
Say again, DeMarco.
The tracker, I thought it was. It's not
No, the
It's
people
not a
build home
Nvidia.
built FPV drones. They put this in their drones, and they connect with DJI's controllers, flight controllers, or whatever. That's not even the right word.
Johnny would.
It's got the camera on it and all.
What where's Johnny when we need him? Johnny can tell us. Yeah. And what about Koopy? Koopy should be telling us. Yeah.
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 I just can't spit it out now. Air unit.
Air unit. There
Air
you
unit
go.
05. The Igor talked about that coming soon too. So anyhow, but we don't know if we'll see any of this stuff before Christmas. So
You build your own drones, DeMarco? Use that air unit?
No.
Okay, me either.
Ray, are you building any drones down there?
No drones for me. Yeah.
Yeah. All my drones come with air units already built in.
There you go. Yeah.
So, anybody have any? You said you got a meetup coming up soon, Ray? A little mini meetup?
Yeah. I got to get up early. I got to get up at 4:30 tomorrow morning and get down there and meet those guys. And we're gonna have fun.
How far is Hillsborough from you?
It's 55 minutes, depending on the traffic. There won't be any traffic at that hour, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what was the high temperature down there today?
Today was chilly, believe it or not. It was only 65.
Hey, Captain Ray, how's that? You just made me think when you were talking about driving. You bought your Hyundai just about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah.
How's that holding up? Are you liking it?
I like it. I like it a lot, really. It rides nice, and it's bigger than the Tucson that I had. And I highly recommend it. I do, really.
It gets good fuel mileage, etc.
33. It was averaging 33 miles to the gallon coming down.
Hard to beat.
It sure gets it. I see the commercial for it all the time when I'm watching the games.
Yeah. Welcome to Hyundai Nation, folks.
Hey, Ray, did you see all that snow at the Buffalo Bills game last night?
I was watching that game last night, and I was shivering. I was unbelievable.
Yeah,
but I enjoy watching them play in the snow. I do.
Yeah. It was something. Yeah. So, okay, folks. I still want to thank everybody for dropping in and spending some time with us tonight. I know it's a busy time of year with the holidays, but so thanks for supporting the show. I hope we saved you a little money or gave you some Christmas ideas tonight. And we'll be back with a couple more shows before the holiday. And Ray already
Thank you for inviting me on tonight. I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Ray, for coming on so much. You saved us since our super secret mystery guest couldn't make it tonight. He's a very busy man. No, he's an important fellow down there.
He's in high demand.
He's with family. He's with family, and that's important.
Yes. Yeah, he's highly booked. Man here. So
and Captain Joe was lurking all the time. Look at that. There's Captain Joe in the chat. How you doing?
Oh, Captain Joe. I didn't see Joe. Joe's down there in Louisiana. He was flying Neo the other day, and I saw one of his videos. So, all right, folks.
Have a good night, everybody.
We'll go back to watching the football games now. You know what? I think something happened in the dog pound here. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not the dog pound in Denver, but anyways, good night, and we'll see you in the next one.
Good night.